Have you ever realized that a few wasted moments could jeopardize your entire future? Meet Rohan, a bright, talented boy with one critical flaw. His story takes an unexpected twist that will make you rethink how you spend your time. Watch until the end, it might just change your life. In a peaceful village lived a boy named Rohan, celebrated for his intelligence and keen mind. Teachers called him a prodigy. His parents beamed with pride. Rohan seemed destined for something big. But Rohan had one blind spot. He thought time was endless. He believed that because he was smart, he could always catch up. Homework could wait. Studying could wait. Life, to him, was for the now: fun, games, endless group chats, and late nights staring into his phone. Whenever his parents reminded him to stay focused, he'd laugh and say, "Relax, I've got this." And in a way, that confidence was charming, until it wasn't. At first, the change was subtle. A missed assignment here, a forgotten quiz there. Then, it spiraled. Grades slipped. Focus blurred. The boy who once stood out began to fade into the background. But Rohan didn't notice, or didn't want to. Until the day the truth hit. It was exam results day. His heart beat fast, not from excitement, but dread. And when the paper was handed to him, his world fell silent. He'd failed. Not just underperformed, he was at the bottom. His teachers, once proud, looked at him with quiet disappointment. Friends who used to ask for his notes now avoided his eyes. The golden boy had lost his shine. When he walked home that afternoon, his steps felt heavier than ever. His parents sat silently at the table, his report card in front of them. No shouting. No anger. Just sadness. That, somehow, hurt more. Later that evening, unable to sleep, Rohan went to the one person who had always made sense, his grandfather. The old man was wise, calm, and had a way of speaking that always made Rohan listen. Sitting beside him, Rohan finally let the weight out. "Grandpa," he said, voice cracking, "I don't understand. I used to be good at everything. What happened to me?" His grandfather looked at him for a long moment. Then smiled gently, and said, "My dear boy, the problem isn't your intelligence. It's how you've treated time." Rohan frowned. "Time?" "Yes," his grandfather nodded. "Time is the one thing no one can buy, borrow, or get back. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, there was a great king named Vikram. He had riches beyond measure, gold, armies, palaces, but he also had a flaw. He believed that his power meant he could waste time. He'd wake up late. Delay decisions. Skip meetings. When ministers warned him, he'd wave them off and say, "We'll deal with it tomorrow." One day, a wandering sage came to the palace and said, "O king, you have everything, but you're losing the most precious gift of all, time. One day, you will regret this." But the king laughed. "I'm young. I'm strong. I have all the time in the world." Years passed. The king grew older. His body weakened. His enemies grew bold. His kingdom began to crumble. By the time he realized he needed to act, it was too late. The sage was gone. His youth was gone. His time was gone. All his riches couldn't buy a single moment back. As his grandfather's story ended, Rohan sat in stunned silence. For the first time, he understood. He'd been living like King Vikram, treating his days like they were infinite, wasting them on things that didn't matter, believing tomorrow would always be there to save him. "Grandpa," he asked softly, "is it too late for me to change?" The old man smiled, placed a hand on Rohan's shoulder, and said, "No, my boy. The wheel of time never stops, but every sunrise gives us a chance to begin again." Those words lit a spark. The very next day, Rohan made a promise to himself. No more later. No more excuses. He woke up early. Made a schedule. Put his phone away during study time. And slowly, bit by bit, the boy who had fallen began to rise again. It wasn't easy. There were days he wanted to quit. But every time he faltered, he remembered the story of King Vikram, and the eyes of his parents the day he brought that report card home. And something incredible happened. In the next set of exams, Rohan didn't just pass, he topped his class. His teachers noticed. His friends returned. But more importantly, Rohan felt something he hadn't in a long time: pride in himself. He carried that discipline with him as he grew up. He became a successful entrepreneur, admired not only for his achievements, but for how he respected time. How he never wasted a moment. People often asked him his secret. And he'd smile and say, "I used to think time was infinite. Then I learned, it's the most valuable thing we'll ever have." Rohan's story is more than a tale, it's a mirror. Maybe you're like him. Maybe you've told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow, I'll do it later, I've got time." But the truth? Later becomes never. Time doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't wait until you're ready. It slips away quietly while you scroll, binge, or procrastinate, stealing not just your hours, but your dreams, your future, your life. You don't need to be perfect. You don't even need to have it all figured out. But you do need to start. Today. Right now. Even the smallest step in the right direction is worth more than 1,000 intentions that never leave your head. So here's my question for you. What's one thing you'll stop putting off? What's one promise you'll make to yourself, not tomorrow, but now? Drop it in the comments. Let this be the moment you draw the line. The moment you say, "I will not waste my time anymore." Because your time is your life. And it's too precious to throw away.